I'm Aidan Mitchell, and this is why I think fine arts matter in education. The first thing is really just, and really the most important thing for me, is the friendships that you gain from being in programs, in fine arts programs. Being able to grow, because most fine arts programs you're in for 4 years of high school, or maybe even more beyond that. You're able to stick around with the same people, and like even in other things you're able to stick around with the same people, but in fine arts you're growing with these people. You're not just like seeing them in a class every now and again. You're seeing them every day at school. You're able to interact with them every day. And being able to interact with people every day is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because you either get really annoyed of them or you grow to love them even more, or maybe it's just both. Maybe sometimes it's that one person that you either love one day and hate the other, or other things like that. But those relationships matter, because those relationships could last a lifetime. You could go from not knowing a person one day to 5 years they're your best friend, and you're not gonna, and you don't stop talking to them. Another thing is that fine arts are good for improving your critical thinking skills and your self-confidence. Critical thinking is a very important thing in life, and fine arts programs have to cause you to think outside the box and cause you to have to think about something really obscure for some reason or another. Like maybe it's just something doesn't quite look right in an art project, and you're just like, huh, how do I make this look better? Or maybe it's something that doesn't sound right in music or in theater. Like maybe you're singing something in a choir or something like that. You have to think about what is wrong with it and try and fix it. And it also improves your confidence, because there's a lot of soloistic things in fine arts, and there's also a lot of like small group things. You have to improve your confidence around people, and it really just allows you to be a better person in terms of it. There's also studies that show that fine arts allow for your cognitive abilities to maybe be more improved compared to others. There's of course always going to be those people that are like studying 24 hours a day, but fine arts allow your brain to just think quicker, because you have to think on the fly, because maybe it's just you have to improv something in theater or jazz, or maybe it's like an art project that you don't really have any basis off of anything, so you have to think of something on the fly. There's also the creative aspect with that. Creativity is a big thing in everything fine arts related, and creativity is a sometimes a really important skill to have, because sometimes you're not always handed a manual. You're not always handed the idea, and you need to be able to think of those ideas, and sometimes having the critical thinking brain and the creative brain combined together allows you to have those ideas and be able to more easily think of them, because you're used to thinking of that sort of thing. And then there's also the team building aspect. You have to be able to do things together. There's sometimes a solo part of it in fine arts, but there's also a lot of like team building and like group work. Like you may have a group art project, or maybe it's you're singing in a choir, or you're playing in a band, or you're in a massive theater production. You have to be able to work with people. If you and being in programs like that allow you to better work with people. Because if you're not able to work with people in life, you're going to be, I don't know, stuck in a cushy office job with nobody, or maybe you just won't have a job at all and you won't really make it much. but being able to work with people is a very important skill to have. Thank you. That is why I think fine arts matter in education.